Hello YouTube fans, here again. And today I figured why not, as I'm going to go for my 80s action marathon, why not this one, Escape from New York. That's right, a futuristic action movie, directed one of my favourite directors, that being Con Carpenter. Now, after the big success of one of my other favourite actors being Kurt Russell, doing a movie called Elvis, which we all know was a true story, and was done by John Carpenter. John Carpenter felt that Kurt Russell would be ideal for this role. And when you think about it, it did Kurt Russell a favour. Because 1 year after he did this, as we all know, he did the greatest remake, I think, of all time. That being The Thing, also done by John Carpenter. So I kind of like this one, Escape from New York. It's a futuristic film. It's based on the future. And yes, before people say it never happened and that there, does any futuristic film based on a futuristic day ever happen? Because the film is based on 1997, right? It's based on 1997. Now, I know there were some deleted scenes in it where you saw Kurt Russell, right, and he's running in this shopping mall and he gets arrested. It shows how he gets arrested. No, I mean, because he's supposed to be like a prisoner and they send him out as like a futurist sort of thing, you know, he's like a bounty hunter. And right, so it's like a prisoner, but it just so how he got caught in a deleted scene. It's not the same here, it was never in the film. But I've actually seen a deleted scene, and I've got to admit, it looked really, really good. And again, you get John Pescence, who we all know John Pescence was in a lot, and I mean a lot, of John Carpenter films, whether it be the original Halloween, Halloween 2, and we all know he was in all the Halloween films. So I don't like John Pescence, may he rest in peace. And in this, he plays sort of like a senator, right? And he gets abducted. It's not like the President, and he gets abducted. So the senator send Kurt Russell basically to help him, and he meets a lot of team with him. He meets a lot of good actors and all. I mean, you get Bo Derek, who we all know played in The Fog, who was also John Carpenter's love interest at that time. So you get a lot of good actors who are in the film, you know, sort of like futurists, and they basically want to save the President. My only issue with the film is, even though I do like, and may he rest in peace, that being, as I just said, Donald Pleasence, my only issue is, right, the same year when this come out in 1981, Donald Pleasence insulted Halloween 2. Now, I'm not going to speak ill of the dead. I know Donald Pleasence is no longer with us. He's a good actor. May he rest in peace. But it just kind of annoyed me that Donald Pleasence insulted Halloween 2, saying it was the most violent his film. It shouldn't have been that violent. Now, he's a parent, and I know he's no longer with me. He's no longer with us, I should say. And it's fair enough, but seriously, Donald Pleasence, if you was alive, my friend, you say this is the violent Halloween 2, Halloween 2 is the most violent movie ever made. This was pretty bloody violent because there's a scene in it with Donald Pleasence. I've got to laugh. He's no longer with us. You know what I mean? He's a prayer at the end of the day. But I've got to laugh because there's a scene in this where Donald Pleasence has got to be seen done and he's shooting everybody left, right, and centre. And he's saying that Halloween 2 is violent. That it is right. It was pretty violent. It's one out of the Halloween films. But it's the way he was insulting Halloween 2. And in this, he's shooting everybody up with a machine gun. But I like it. I mean, it's a good futuristic film. You got a lot of good actors in it. You got a lot. There's a good scene where, if I remember rightly, Kurt Russell gets his bolts on his neck and he's having a fight with this big mustardy guy in a wrestling ring. I kind of like that scene. No, he's got axes. He's got that. He's a total freaking badass. I love to see him when he's jumping through a building. He's got that fucking big dock off done and he's shooting everybody up. I love it. I feel the film is fast paced, didn't get boring, had a lot of action and had a lot of things going for it. You know what I mean? It's based on that apocalypse universe. And when you think about it, it could actually happen. I know it was based on the future, right? And it's based on 1997, and the film, as you all know, coming out in 81. And a lot of futuristic films were never right. But in today's era, look how violent the world has become. Look how violent the world has become in America. You know what I mean? Look how violent it is. So nothing surprises me. So they go out to save the president. They manage to save him. They get out of Dodge. The only issue is, another bit I felt was a bit shitty was my favourite girl, Bo Derek, gets killed in the film. I remember rightly, she's shooting and she gets ran over. And I thought that was kind of a shame. You didn't really have to kill her, but they did. But I just love it, you know what I mean? It's a good action film, and it's a good hour of your time, and it is a good action film for that era for 1981. It was so good that in the early 90s, they did a follow-up. They did a follow-up called Estate from LA, which is, in my eyes, is an unestimated film in the early 90s. One day, I think it was early or mid-90s, that one. But one day I might offend that one because they say it wasn't as good as the first one, it shouldn't have been made, blah, 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 blah. Now, is it as good as the original one, Estate from New York? No. But I don't think it deserves the backlash what it got. I do think it's good. I do think Kurt Russell does a good performance. And in my eyes, I could definitely see why Don Carpenter liked Kurt Russell. You know, he did Elvis, the movie, 2 years before he did this. Then he did Estate from New York. Then not long after doing Estate from New York, he did one of my favourites one year after, that being The Thing. So I like Kurt Russell. I always do like Kurt Russell. He always felt he had a presence. He always suited roles like this. I mean, I liked him when he did Tango in Tass with Sylvester Stallone. I definitely like him in another Don Carpenter film, which I remember reviewing, being Big Trouble and Little China. And you don't see Big Trouble and Little China in this, but in this it's more taken serious. He's not trying to be demeaning, he's not trying to be funny, but you can definitely see the character there. Same as a bit of the character what he uses in The Thing. And you can see it. And that's why I like it. And I like it that much. Why not? A 10-star rating. That's how much I love Estate from New York. I even remember the art couple back in the day, where you got the Statue of Liberty, you got them running out, the artwork was just beautiful, you got Kurt Russell there, big off machine done. Now I have heard rumours that they're planning on remaking this. I have heard rumours, and I'm hoping they are rumours. This does not need a remake. Why not? I love doing it, so I might as well. Pieces of blood in wood for actors. Piece of wood replacing Kurt Russell. Look at it. Look at when they did the remake. Oh no, sorry, the prequel of The Thing. Remember when I did a rant on that? You know what I mean? We don't need it. We already did one. It was The Fog. Look at the remake of that. They did a John Carpenter's. And the total and utter destroyed it. They destroyed a damn good psychological suspenseful horror film. They destroyed The Thing. Granted, The Thing, as we all know, was a remake anyway. It was a remake of a 1951 movie called The Thing from Another World. I loved that film, by the way. But I see when John Carpenter did The Thing, he made it his own. The freaking prequel just has to copy everything from the original. The only difference is you got wooden actors, shitty CGI. So I don't want to see a remake of Estate from New York. I don't want to see a bloody remake, which that in my eyes is a classic. Doesn't need a remake. But like I say, one day I'll offend. Well, I think it was 96. Could be right wrong there. I'll have to look it up. Estate from LA, because I actually like that one and all. Damn unestimated action film. Now, I'm going to be doing the action films, like I said, from a marathon from 81 to 89. But who knows? Maybe I will do the 90s. It was a good unestimated there. But into them people, be smart, be safe. I'll do some more movies, more movie reviews. But into then, I'll see you later.